In this tutorial, we're going to be learning about how to use basic animation tools in After Effects. First, let's just see what some of our windows are here. You have your toolbar up top. You have your composition lists over here on the left. You have your timeline down here on the bottom. Different various windows you can use for changing animations on the right, and then your workspace here. So to start a project, we're going to go up to Composition, select New Composition, or Control N. We're going to name this one with your last name, AEBasics, so After Effects Basics. Want to make sure that our preset, we're doing HDV 1080, so that's the size of it, pixels, and then 29.97 is the frame rate. You can change the color of your background here if you'd like, just by clicking on the little box. And then this is the length, so we're just going with a 10-second animation for this. Click OK, and you see the composition popped up here, and now our timeline has kind of activated. So we're going to start by adding text box. We're just going to do basic animation with text. So our text tool is up here. And just like in Photoshop, you can click and drag a text box. The first one we're going to do is going to be called Position. We can change the font and different attributes of it by selecting the text. I just clicked and dragged over it. You can change your font type, so you have all your different fonts. Also use your arrow keys to go through them until you find one that you like. I'm just going to stick with the one I had. You can change the size, so it's in pixels. So tiny, really big. You can see the largest doesn't really fill the screen very well. So if you actually click on the number and drag it right or left, you can control the size. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. These are for paragraphs, so kind of space. You can add space between the letters. You can make the letters taller here or shorter. You can make each individual character wider or narrower. And then these are other attributes. You can make them bold, italicized, and so on. Down below, you have your paragraph. So left align, right align, so on. But I actually like the Align tab better because you can arrange it within the whole composition. So you can line it up with the left side, center it to the right. You can align it to the top, the middle, or bottom. So we're just going to put it back up at the top. All right, so we're starting off. We're going to put all of our text boxes on here so we can get them arranged in a nice way, and then we can hide them later. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my 4 other boxes. So we had position. Now we're going to add scale. You'll see that it automatically defaulted to these settings I already had. I am going to center it. I'm going to add another one. This one is going to be rotation. And I'm going to center it. You can see that this one's not really balanced between the two. So if I want to move it, I can click on the layer down here, get my selection tool, and then move it down. Center it again. All right. I'm going to add another text box. So this one is going to be skew slide. And then one more. Oh, center it. I'll add one more. That is going to be color change. You can see it kind of went off the side because I only clicked once instead of dragging a box. But I can fix it just by hitting center. I'm going to line it towards the bottom. Again, this is kind of off, so I'll click on skew slide, get my arrow so I can move it, slide it down, and then center it. So that's kind of part one of just setting up. A couple things to point out here. When I created each of these text boxes, it created a layer down here in the timeline. And each of them shows up the entire timeline. So we go from 0 over to 10 seconds. And in the next video, I'll show how to hide them and animate each individual tool. Just at this point, it's good to make sure you're saving your project. So we're going to go to File, Save As, or sorry, just File, Save. Make sure that you have a dedicated folder for animation. So if you have a flash drive, you should be using that. If not, we will temporarily use the documents folder, use an animation folder. And this project is going to be called, again, your last name, and then AE, After Effects Basics. Then hit save. Yes, I'm going to replace it.